Hello Flosstube. Well, welcome to my Flosstube number 6. Very exciting. I'm really pleased to see that I've managed to get to over 100 subscribers during this week. That's a big milestone for someone in Australia. It seems that we don't come up on many people's feeds as recommended because we're in Australia. So we really are only spread by word of mouth. So thank you so much to all the people who've been spreading word of mouth about my channel and listening to me ramble about my stitching. I'm just so loving this hobby. It's doing so much for my calmness and relaxation and dealing with stresses in the rest of my life. And I'm really loving the new friendships and acquaintances I'm making. I'm hoping to come across a few extras down the track as the next week progresses, but more about that a bit later. So we do have a 100 subscriber drawing that I'll do at the end. So that's very exciting. I've been digging through my little stash to find out what I want to give away for that. And basically in the last sort of 2 weeks, I've been stitching and going about my life as usual. Jumping on virtual stitches as much as possible. Again, I'm a bit disadvantaged in that I seem to be on when everyone else goes to bed, 2 and 3 in the morning. You guys stitch really late. I can't stay up that late. But I've been keeping up with all my homework. I've been working through my Stitchopoly that finished at the end of March, and I got 21 entries into their prize draw at the end of the year from doing my Stitchopoly. It was great fun to just keep rolling. You wouldn't believe it, I landed on the stash tax right near the end, 600 stitches. Luckily, I was working on something big at the time anyway, which I'll show you as we go through. And from doing that, my magical stitches homework, I'm becoming more and more Hufflepuff every day, really becoming quite house proud of my good old yellow colour that I've never been, but go Hufflepuff. I've got some finishes, two finishes. I think I got one last week and one this week, but I don't think I've shown you either of them. So the first one I finished was my little Christmas ornament. Trying to find the right lighting. I'm experimenting with lighting. Look right in front of my face. See, that's good, isn't it? Look at that. Mill Hill bead. Got it done by the end of the month for the Mill Hill March. So now I just have to do the backing. Don't mind, I'll show you my back. It's pretty good. I just need to put a bit of sticky felt on, which means I need to go Spotlight and find some. And then attach a hanger, and I've got a Christmas ornament done. So, woohoo, go the Mill Hill March. I also have been working for my homework on the Fragrant Cottage. So it's been a number of different homeworks for this week. It's been my dark threads. We had to do 300 stitches on dumping of dark threads, so the brown of this fence. So I'll show it to you while I talk to you. I've also, this is how I'm going to finish it. That one up the top you can see in a minute. Here we go, Fragrant Cottage. So the brown of the fence was my dark threads. I also had to do 300 stitches on something that was 75% complete. Well, it was, you know, pretty close to 75% complete. And then I had just a bit more to go. So I did another couple of hundred, and I got it finished. So you can see there, that's the first one. Don't know what it's called, slipped down, sorry, but it's just an idea. I did in 98. So I bought these frames, and I'm going to display them. They're a set of 3. And I have got 9 or 10 in my selection. So looking forward to doing more of them. They are part of my March, my mania plans. Get my terms right. And I should also say that this one was also homework. It was my 500 stitches on something last week that made me happy. Christmas makes me happy. I love seeing the joy of everyone getting presents at Christmas. I'm one of those weird people who doesn't really get many presents. I like presents. Everyone likes presents, love presents. But I get more joy out of actually giving presents and seeing the joy that my friends and family get when I find them a nice present. And now that I've got kids, you know, they're such a great age, 9 and 11, they still both believe in everything. So we have the full hog. We actually went on a Christmas cruise last year around the New Caledonia Islands, and can I recommend a Christmas cruise to anyone? We took my mum and dad, my brother and his daughters, and my husband and our kids, and we just had the best Christmas ever. No stress, no hassle. I'm sure I'll talk about that more later when we get towards Christmas. So I worked on that. Now also last week, had to work on something scary. So I kept working on my Easter egg sampler, and there you can see all my cluster blocks ready for the hard hanger. I'm up to the scary bit now. I've got to cut the threads. I have done it before, it's been a while, so I'm procrastinating on that one. But this is in my goal to finish in April, because I don't want it hanging around. I want it done by Easter, so I may not have a frame, but I'll have it done for Easter. Although now that I found that shop that has those tall skinny frames, I might be able to find one that will suit this. I can just go and buy some more expensive mount boards. So that's my progress on that. So it's actually part of my plans. I think I may do that. I have to do 100 stitches for Stitch's Game in a colour to do with an electrical wire. So if I decide to do white, I'm sure I've got 100 stitches to do in the hard hanger part. So that's one of my options, but I want to get that done this month, definitely. So I also have been working on other things for the Stitcher Games. Last week I had to work on 2,000 stitches on something that gave you power. And my power became Christmas Town by Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. I can show you a picture on my iPad because I've got the PDF pattern. I don't have a paper one. That's what it's going to look like. And of course, a Christmas village has a lot of power in it. It has electrical power or generator. It also has magical power. Look at those cute little reindeers I've got to do. They fly by magical power. And also Christmas gives me power, as I said, because I love Christmas. I love giving. So I did my 2,000 stitches on this one. So that's where we're up to with that. Now, I also have been working on, for the Stitch Games this week, we have to do things to do with power, because that's the district that we're doing. And 100 stitches in 3 different colours. So I did 100 of green on my Fragrant Cottage to help get it finished for a green electrical wire that we have here in Australia. And then I also did yellow. Now there wasn't 100 stitches of yellow in my Fragrant Cottage. Disaster. So I had to switch projects midway through. And I was working on this one, my Home of a Quilter. Stop putting my head up like that. Home of a Quilter. And I worked on a lot of yellow stitches. Down the bottom you can see these yellow, all through the quilt there's yellow. So I did enough yellow stitches, there's more than 100 just in this project on yellow to finish that homework. Look, isn't it going well? I've really only got this bit here to go. So this one's another one of my missions to get finished. I want to get it finished by the end of April, which should be easy. Get it out of the way so that it's not one of my whips for Mania. So I did that one for that. And I've also been doing it for the main part of this week's Stitches Game homework, which is 500 stitches on a copper colour. Now I had to think hard about this because I'd done a lot of the brown, but there was enough brown. I know I had to do all that brown there. I had to do the top part of there. There's browns all in there. And I also thought, oh, this side, the maroon colour, when you put the maroons and the browns and the yellows together, they are the combination. I mean, copper is a alloy metal. So it was the combination of colours is what makes it copper to me. So hopefully I'll get through on that. I'm sad. I got knocked back on one of my homework for magical stitches. They didn't accept that the muggle courting technique of dating was a muggle study. So they didn't accept it. I'm a little bit annoyed because they took the exact example that I'd stitched, whereas the entire stitch along, the whole SAL, has a whole bunch of different techniques to do with courting that may or may not have been used in the magical world. But whatever prefect marked me turned me down, so I'm very sad. But I will continue regardless. So sorry, Hufflepuff, they didn't accept me, so I'm not happy about that. So that was where I was going for that. Now, basically, as I said, I've started to think more seriously about Mania. I've got a lot of plans. I have a lot in my, even in my stash here, let alone the stuff in boxes. So my goal for the next 2 weeks is to make sure I can knock that one off and I can knock this one off. I'm not expecting to knock this one off, but I'll get a lot closer. So I think if I can get through a big lot of work in those, I also have my other 2 monthly sales, and it's the beginning of the month and I haven't started on them yet. So that's my fairy tale sale from the Cross-Stitcher magazine, and also my Painted Orphans sale from Ship's Manor. I'm not going to bother showing you because I've done nothing on them since I last videoed them, but that will change this week because they are in my plans. They're in my immediate plans because for homework extra credit, I've only got 2 things left to do. I've caught up pretty well. I have to do 500 on something with a frame, so that will be my Painted Orphans frame. And I also need to do 500 on something that reminds me of a crystal ball. So for my crystal ball, I'm going to use Christmas Town because of the sparkly fabric, the opalescent fabric, because that's an approved thing to do for crystal balls. I also, my one for the fairy tale sale is going to be a semi-stain stitches, just a monthly event. It was called This or That, and it was Beauty or Beast, and I'm going to use that for my beauty. I think, well, some homework to do with beading, I don't know, I've got so many. I've also found the Ultimate Stitcher events, and that's been quite challenging as well because they're doing an Easter egg hunt. You've got to find Easter eggs on their site, and when you find the Easter egg hunts, eggs, there's a whole bunch of stitches you're meant to do, and they're like 500 stitches each. So I'm trying to keep track of that, and I think with that in mind, I should get everything done. So I've done all my homework for this week for magical stitches, so just on the extra credit, and I think that will really keep me busy. Okay, so those are my plans. I have a little bit of haul. Something came in. I got it from someone on Stash Unloading. I'm very excited to have 2 of the Little House Needleworks patterns. This one's from the Hometown Holiday series. I love little houses. So I've just got that one from the series. I'm going to need to start collecting these now. Great. And I've also got this one. This is very me. Schoolhouse. So that's from the Hometown Holiday series. So I've got those 2 little patterns, very cute. These are part of my sort of mania idea to not be doing just big projects, maybe. I also got some Lizzie Kates, just little ones. Tiny little blackbird sampler, isn't he cute? He was on special. And I also got the entire set. I love getting entire sets. I'm a real collector of sets of Autumn Smalls, Summer Smalls, Winter Smalls, and Spring Smalls. So they're my plans to use my leftover fabric and make into little pillows or something like that. I've not really done that before, but really, really happy. So I don't remember who I got them from, but thank you. They were a really good buy. And Prairie Schooler. This one is the Holiday Homestead. Same idea. I really like the quilt ones. But I like how there's the birds, there's quilt, and there's the houses. So I guess I'm a lot like a lot of other people who know I like these ones. So that's really good haul for me. And that was my only haul. I'm pretty sure. I know there's more coming. So I've been a good girl this week. Maybe my husband could watch this video, see what I've done. Okay, so I also have been watching a lot of Flosstube. I've caught up with all my favorites. I'm not sure if I keep shouting out the same people, but particularly this week I enjoyed watching Jessie Marie on Jessie Marie Does Stuff. And I was really pleased to see that she was back to her happy, bubbly self after her issues. I've been enjoying watching Megan. I've been watching Christine with Stitch All the Things. I love the way she's done her craft room with all the colours. It's just so beautiful. And she's also the one who's sort of inspiring me to get a chatelaine. I've actually ordered my bead pack for my chatelaine, and I'm just getting the threads sort of organised to see if I can get them at an affordable price. I've been watching Pretty Southern, and also of course Pam and Steph of Just Keep Stitching. So I've been watching all those guys as well as all the other regular ones that I mentioned last time. I'm trying to not mention the same people 2 times in a row. Always just seeing what pops up on my feed, because we get feeds from all over the world. We don't just get ones that are local. In fact, I don't tend to get many Australian ones either. Maybe YouTube just doesn't like Australia. So that's what I've been doing. That's who I've been watching. Okay. So my biggest plan is that tomorrow is Jen Lee's 24-hour challenge part 2. And I'm really excited because it's going to hit my time on a Saturday. And it's a Saturday I don't seem to have anything on other than whatever I have to do that's normal. So it starts the equivalent time of 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Friday night is 7 a.m. here in Sydney time. So my goal is to try and do as much stitching as I can. I'm going to aim to do 12 hours of stitching if possible during the day. I won't be doing 24 hours, that's just not possible for me. Plus I've got a big day on Sunday with the Cub Scouts. So I'm planning to do as much stitching as I can. I will start as soon as I wake up, and I won't guarantee that 7 a.m. because I just might sleep in a little bit. But I'm going to try and just work on these projects that I want to get done for April, and try and make some regular check-ins for progress, just for something different. All right, well, just to finish, it's going to be a real short one today. 100 subscriber giveaway. I have a whole stash of things I want to give away, but I decided it's spring, and you guys all love bunnies. So I have this DMC book, which has got, look at that cute little scarecrow bunny. So it's got a pattern in here. It's got couple of different patterns. In fact, it's got a lot of different patterns. Look, there's a whole bunch of let's see if it's got pictures on it. Oh yeah, there we are. That would be the easiest way to show you. There you go. It has all the patterns to make all those cute spring and Easter bunny things. Absolutely gorgeous. They're just shouldn't show pattern, but good quality pattern with all the required threads. So I would like to give away that, and also good old vintage pattern Debbie Mum called Love My Garden. Look at that. Really, really cute. And both of them, that comes with the threads and the material. You can see it's a lovely motley Ada in about a 16 count. So I would like to offer up that as a prize. If you can please answer the question, what do you like to do in spring? Please don't mention giveaway. Just answer, what do you like to do in spring? Say, I like to do this in spring. The spring is the word that I'll be checking for. And I will do my first ever giveaway on my next normal Flosstube. So that's really exciting. That's about all for me for now. I know it's been pretty short, but as I said, I'm hoping to maybe do a special 24-hour stitch along one tomorrow. So all the best. I'm looking forward. I'm going to be jumping on Virtual Stitches, which is, there's a link on Virtual Stitches on Facebook. If you click on that link, it's a Google Hangout, then people jump on and join. It's a great way to sit and chat. You can turn your camera off, you can turn your sound off, just listen, or you can watch and chat, whatever you want to do. And I'm hoping that I find a bit of time with lots of people there. So thank you so much for popping in. Thanks again for all the people with their kind and helpful comments. I really appreciate them, and I'm trying to stay up with them. And I look forward to chatting to you guys later. Happy stitching weekend. Bye.